Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, look at them going. Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Tammy.
And this is Bite-Sized and Bossy.
Oh, that was
We should just do it in person all the time. There we go.
It's much better that way.
Well, welcome. And today's episode?
I forgot. Jesus Christ. So today's episode is sponsored by Dreambox, a digital agency helping restaurants grow. You can find them at wearedreambox.com.
This is why This is why we do it in person. We have our act together. Well, we have an amazing guest today. So Carolyn Skinner is a COO operating executive. Unbelievable story. So we're so excited to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. And so for anyone at home who doesn't know you, I feel like a lot of people do know you, but anyone that doesn't,
she's very popular.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, number one, I'm so excited to be on the podcast. I've been a big fan. I've followed a lot of your guys' episodes, and I currently have the song stuck in my head from my 4-hour drive from Asheville. So
thank you.
Yeah, I won't sing it, but I want to. So my background is operations via a little bit of HR and a little bit of everything. I actually early in my career started in grocery retail, which was a company based out of Asheville, North Carolina. I've been really lucky to have amazing growth careers with 2 growth companies that were based out of my hometown of Asheville, North Carolina. So
Tupelo Honey's from Asheville?
Yeah, Tupelo Honey is from Asheville.
Is that how you ended up there? Were you like a server that worked your way up? Like how the
No.
heck did you? And you were there for how long?
13 years.
Whoa.
That's a long time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like
marketing
to say,
people go into operations. Their jobs last longer.
Yeah, I like to say I did learn restaurants a little bit of through the people in a different way than most people learn restaurants. I will say, I think everybody had their first job in restaurants. My first job was at CC's Pizza. So,
okay.
Everybody's
In-N-Out Burger.
Everybody's got a first job restaurant story. So I definitely did have that original restaurant experience. But I actually started at Tupelo Honey when we were in the midst of opening our 3rd location, the first one that was outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Wow. And I started as HR, and it was sort of the task was help us figure out what to do with our workforce, how to structure benefits. This was back 13 years ago. People weren't doing healthcare. People weren't doing PTO, maternity leave, none of that. So really, we got very well known for our employee benefits programs. We were kind of leading edge on what we called our Fair Start wages, which was like a base minimum pay for all employees, regardless of tips and everything like that. And so that was sort of my foundational work with Tupelo. And then 5 or 6 years in, I really started to get deep into restaurant openings. And
because of all the hiring?
Yeah, via HR. You really wanted to learn who you're hiring, what you need. And I best learn by doing. So I spent, time with prep cooks. I spent weeks in the prep kitchen and in our downtown Asheville prep kitchen. I spent time with dishwashers, just learning the roles, understanding how to build what we would need for hiring, staffing, whatever that would look like. And then over the years, different opportunities, positions, people transfer in and out. I ended up leading our operations team through COVID. Super interesting experience, and just a variety of departments reporting to me as I progressed through the company, and 13 years overall with the company.
I mean, that's a long time. Long time.
Especially in restaurants. And with
had 3 babies during the time, so I went
same
from
dad.
How old? Yeah. Oh, good. Solid question. Is it the same dad?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
My husband's amazing.
I
You
was
can have
just
different
teasing.
no judgment here. No judgment.
Oh, so you have an amazing husband?
Amazing. Yeah.
How old are these kids?
9, 4, and 2. So I was a crazy.
Are you done?
Oh, we are so done. So done.
Chasing a 2-year-old working as a COO.
Yeah.
And that has to be challenging.
And 2 one national global crisis and one kind of local crisis with the hurricane and Helene. So we had our hands full last few years.
So what are you doing now? Like, what are your plans? And before you answer,
Probably
I will say
sleeping.
this. Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Not with those kids, she's not sleeping.
Fair.
What we've heard a lot from executives in the space is that operations is the path to being a CEO.
Yeah.
So what is next for you?
Yeah. Well, I absolutely am looking for that next opportunity for myself. I think I've foundationally learned the skills to, whether that's come in for a company as the CEO at that level or start something on my own. Initially, we have some time, and I'm planning to really help my husband start his company and
what's
take
he
a
doing?
few months.
What space are you
He's
guys
in the tech space,
Okay.
and so he's working on a few things with AI, with web applications, with software.
You like AI.
Oh, well, I like AI, but I like that Caroline likes AI, and I like that she's learning. That is going to make you a very valuable candidate.
What I've observed in the workplace is that things are shifting. Obviously, technology is shaping what the workforce is going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years. My husband's brilliant, and he's always been a very futuristic thinker. And I think his skill set is in that tech space, and my skill set has always been workforce planning and building companies. And so we're really kind of positioned to look at what the workplace looks like in the next couple of years and take that all in. And I myself just taking time to learn and absorb what's coming, the technology, and making sure that I'm schooled up for that too.
That's incredible.
You need to come to the Mertech Summit.
I would like to.
We haven't actually said where we are right now, which we're at Women in Restaurant Leadership, right?
Yes.
Turns out we're all women,
Yes.
so like that's a big win already.
Check that
Yes.
box.
And we
Thank you
have,
for that.
A wonderful sponsor, Trayvon.
They're my favorite.
Yeah, you.
One of my most favorite
You
vendors.
work with
truly.
them, What do they do?
Menus for us.
They printed this for us.
It's beautiful.
They made this. It's gorgeous.
They've worked with us on our menus. They're based out of Kansas City, so we opened a
Well, I don't
restaurant.
think I knew that.
Yeah, we opened a restaurant in Lenexa this past year with Tupelo, and they were so sweet. They hand delivered, the menus. We reprinted them like 3 times for changes, and brought them to
We
us.
always
And
do that, right? In restaurants, like someone comes in and they're like, "Sorry, we forgot to say this," or "We didn't mark everything vegetarian." That actually was
this little thing needs to change here. Yeah, so
what are
we
your
did
thoughts
that.
on printing menus without prices and having all the prices be digital?
What?
Ooh, I feel
Do people do that?
No, but I'm thinking about it. So
as
they can
a
change them more
full
frequently.
service restaurant,
That's
I
why
think
I'm
that's a
asking.
little bit of friction for the customer.
So like you're
For
gonna get a
sure.
menu
Feels a little
in
shady.
restaurant
And it's going
not
to say
have prices?
pancakes, and I'm not going to know if it's $6 or $4. What am I going to choose when price isn't the factor?
I mean, isn't what? I don't
I'm
think
just
I could do
asking
that.
hypothetically.
No,
Let's move on. It's about
It's
Caroline.
an interesting question. The QR code thing was ultimately like for full service restaurants. People really pushed back on that. As soon as we got out of COVID, it was interesting, and we saw we even trying to sell beverages on the QR. We tried to keep that as a QR for a long time.
It's
People just
challenging
want
though,
a
because,
menu
like,
in front of
yeah.
them
We're
with
Trying
all
to
the
teach people to
information.
put their phones down, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
You're not
allowed to
everything we're
have your
talking
phone
about
on
is
this
like,
thing. Get
put
it
your-
away.
Put your phone down.
Right.
But then you
Sam.
walk into a restaurant where you
Take
don't want to
Aaron's
be on a
phone.
phone, and there's QR codes everywhere.
People
And
don't
that
like
is
it.
challenging.
Not in full service restaurants, at least.
I think so too. I think when you sit down, you do want that experience. But I will tell you, I now have like a garlic intolerance. So
Yeah.
if they had a digital menu that I could scan,
Yes.
it's probably safer than asking the waiter.
Yeah,
They don't
agreed.
know. They hardly ever know.
You're like, is this gluten free? And they're like, let me go ask.
Let me go see if there's gluten in the back.
Or they just give you a blind yes, and that's
Yeah,
the
and you're like,
scariest
oh,
one.
okay, and then you die later.
Yep,
So, that's fair. All right, so let's talk about.
What do you do for fun?
Oh,
Yeah, she got
Good
a family.
question.
She's well. Now
you
you've
have
got some
fun?
time.
Do you have fun?
I try to have fun. The beautiful thing about having kids, well, you don't sleep, but for me, and I've got to spend a lot of time with my kids. Props to, I just want to say, the invisible labor that lifts women up who
100%.
have
100%.
children. And I would say that includes my husband and my entire support network.
Yep. Team Caroline, we call that.
Right. But I've been able to take some time just to really spend with my kids, and they're just little bundles of creativity. And so I think when I have free time, I love to spend with them and just watch their minds and imagination work. And as a parent, it's like, oh, I can go into the space of play and fun and creativity. And it's hard to do when you're juggling all the things as a working mom. But I've just been really soaking that up and saying, like, you know, what fun games can we play today? What imagination can we do today?
I think that's so fun. And that you find the time to sit down and actually play with your kids. I think that's the hardest part as a parent is you're constantly running and the kids are playing, but you're like, to find the time to actually sit down with them. Ooh, the
parents on Bluey set a high bar for that.
You know, I make 30 minutes for my dog every day.
Yeah. Dog play. It's it's a thing.
Actually, I am.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I go to the park. Take my dog.
Yes.
Dogs are the best.
Well.
Yep. So, okay. So when you were started at Tupelo Honey 13 years ago, you probably had no idea it was going to turn into what it did, this whole like career path. How many, you had 3-4 units. How many did you leave?
27. Currently have 27.
So like that's more than 4 times. How many times is that? Like 6 times its original size?
And the 3 kids that she had during
and
the same time.
And she popped out some kids. So if you were to look back at yourself at that time, what is the advice that you would want to give yourself? Because there could be that woman starting out now who's maybe married or dating somebody and is taking a job in her hometown. And so what would you tell your younger self?
Yeah. I mean, I think I have always prescribed to the sort of lean in philosophy of like, you know, don't quit before you quit. And I do see a lot of women who, you know, are thinking so far ahead of like, you know, what if I have kids or what if I get married and, you know, like I don't want to push too far, go full throttle on this because I want to kind of keep my life in this little box. And I would say like sometimes you don't know the path, but if you just say yes, you know, you'll find your way along the way. And I think sometimes as women, we tend to overthink, you know, what is the next step. Yeah. And it's also okay to not know what the next step is and just do the next thing that's in front of you, the thing that feels right or the thing that, you know, feels like this is the next good step. You don't have to have your whole career mapped out. And I think that's what I would say to myself too.
And most people change careers,
yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
You went from HR to operate, like you jumped around even within the same company.
Exactly.
So like, you didn't know probably when you started in HR that, I'm going to be the COO.
Yeah. So since you came from HR, was everyone like scared of you?
Yeah. They still had that. I still had that reputation.
Like, she's
if I show up in the restaurant, like, I'm coming for somebody's job. But I think,
whatever it takes to keep them in line.
I mean, sometimes that little bit of fear is essential.
With your kids too, probably.
100%. If I get to 3,
lean into that edginess a little bit. That's okay.
I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to clear that table.
Exactly.
I do say that.
I know, but you can't really say that.
But you can't get to 3. You can't get to 3.
Fair point. Awesome. So, food for thought?
I have no idea.
I feel like we are.
You'd have to ask the producer.
Oh, well,
he stepped out of the room. Okay, so food for thought. If you could go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would you want to go?
I love the beach. And we always ended up going to the beach. So it would have to be somewhere tropical. I spent some time in Costa Rica, so I'd probably just go back there.
Yeah, it's nice there.
I have not been there. I really want to go.
Yeah.
I just learned that Charleston's near the ocean.
Stop it.
Like when I was flying in, I was like, is that an ocean?
You remember they came across an ocean. It's named after King Charles. It's like settled here.
Is that how?
Did you go to 4th grade American history? Don't worry, most of our politicians didn't either.
I had no idea, but I was like, where are we? Can someone pull up a map so I know where Charleston is? Like, I learned a lot yesterday. Anyway, what's a restaurant a beloved restaurant for you that isn't one you have worked for?
Ooh. I mean, currently we've been going to this little Mexican restaurant in Asheville called Orales, and it's just our go-to spot right now because the Mexican restaurants are super kid friendly. Yes. My kids can be who they are, and
they can be loud.
They can be loud, and everybody finds something to eat. So it's nothing.
I love that.
No big chain, nothing real fancy there, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Great.
Well, this is your 2nd or 3rd year at WIRL?
This is my 3rd. I was on the founding board.
I thought we were on the founding board together.
Yes, we were.
But it wasn't as much as you guys are doing. These guys are like braiding each other's hair and have friendship bracelets, and now they have T-shirts.
Yeah, we have jerseys.
They have jerseys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of it too because I think as you guys were setting it up, there was like a hurricane. I remember some calls trying to log on.
I
and
do
we
too,
barely
I
had
remember.
internet, and I was like, sorry guys.
I do remember that now. So third WIRL, which is where we're at. And so what do you get out of WIRL, or what do you like most about this event?
I think it's just a beautiful community of women, absolutely zero agendas, but just uplifting one another. Like I have not come across a single person who's like in it for themselves, or like, I'm here to sell you something. You might be representing a company, but truly, like, people come here to elevate other women, and that is just a beautiful thing. The other thing I love, and I think props to Danny and the team here, is they do a really good job of making the content operator centric and giving platforms to operators. I've had many different speaking opportunities, and it's kind of unlike other conferences where you hear a lot from vendors, or you hear a lot from salespeople, and this is like people in it, which I appreciate.
I do think you're right that they do a good job, and they do QSR Evolution too, and they do a really good job with the content.
Excellent
typically
job.
that like it was refreshing to see, honestly, the content when I first had gone to my first QSR Evolution and then first WIRL.
I've been super selective about conferences in the last 3 or 4 years, and this and the QSR Evolution are really the only ones I've gone to.
Good for you.
And I came a couple of times, like, very pregnant or just recently having a baby, and I was like, I want to be here for this because it feels like you guys are doing something really special.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I was thrilled when he had originally asked her. I think he called and said, "Hey, we have this idea. What do you think?" And this year we're at 564 people, and the first year was 200.
That's awesome.
So, like, I feel pride in that, being part of that, and I think about the women that were before us that built WFF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is also another great organization.
Yes.
Their event happens to be at the same time, and is a lot bigger, so more
Their
established.
events at the same time as this one?
It's like in a week or two or something. It's
okay.
very close, but it's in Florida where it's warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fair. Well, all right. One last question for you, which is, if you could nominate one woman or women that you would like to hear on the podcast, who would you nominate? Who do you want to hear?
Do you guys know Riley Burke? Has she been on the podcast?
Yeah.
We do know Riley. We love her.
Okay.
Yes.
Burke Enterprises. I connected with Riley at this conference. I think it was 3 years ago. We randomly sat at the same table. We ended up working with her on the packaging side.
Oh, good.
I love her story. I love the family business aspect of
Yeah.
it. I love that she's running that company. So
do you know
I
she
recommend
sends
her.
like actual thank you cards to people?
We got handwritten thank you notes from Riley. She
And
was like,
she's
I need
awesome.
your address. And it was a thank you note. I was
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
I
she
love
sent
that.
me, like, on my birthday, she sent me flowers. And,
Okay.
like,
She
we're
didn't do
not-
that for me.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm special.
That's because you're on the other side of the fence.
Whatever. No, she is a sweetheart, truly a sweetheart, and she really goes a step beyond, I think,
Yes.
what
Yeah.
a typical company would do. So,
Shout out to
that is
Riley.
a great recommendation.
Well, before you wrap up too, so Caroline is available doing some entrepreneurship
Yeah.
and looking for her next opportunity. And I do think that you are ready for a CEO role if there's a company out there.
I can't wait for you to take on like whatever's next for you, because I can imagine like a magazine with your face on the cover saying like CEO announced. Like I can already see it.
Yeah, listen to, not to self-promote, but listen to Jennifer Dodd's episode, because she talks about how she networked herself with the private equity guys to get her CEO role.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
So I would definitely like spend some time with her, ask her to literally like tell you her story. So.
in the meantime, I also do. I know you guys are talking to Tony, and I'll be working with the Sea Society.
Oh, yeah.
So she's got a fantastic thing going, and Tony and I connected, I think, here at this conference a couple years ago. She's just built an incredible network of fractional leaders, and that's been really fun. Working with her a little bit on the back end.
Opening, right?
Yeah,
She
she's
is
the keynote today.
I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
excited to hear her. And she and I were chatting last night just about this sort of trend of fractional leadership and what that really means for this industry. And I think it's such a great accessible opportunity for small brands, for up and coming brands to
Where you
say,
still
like,
get the expertise.
the expertise, the talent, the skill
Especially
set,
as
people
more
who've
goes
been
to
there.
AI.
Yeah.
What AI is not going to be able to give anybody is 13 years of experience doing the work.
Exactly. And some companies can't afford to pay for a full-time
Right.
person to do that. So really excited about what she's doing. It's been awesome because in a role of taking a step back from just being in the day-to-day, I've been able to really support. And people are coming out of the woodworks and being like, I have this idea, I want to start this thing, or It's just been great to have conversations with people about things that they're doing or ideas that they have, and thinking about my own ideas and just dreaming a little bit. So.
Good. I love that.
With the kids,
Yeah.
you get to imagine anything you want, right?
Exactly.
Anything is possible when you're
Exactly.
with small children too. So.
Exactly.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You are a breath of fresh air. It's amazing to have you.
You ladies
So-
are wonderful.
Yeah, and people can find you, Caroline Skinner. Find her on the internet. I'm sure she's everywhere.
CarolineSkinner.com. I've had this website dormant for years.
CarolineSkinner.com, and that's Caroline with a C.
My husband built it in 3 days. He's the sweetest.
We will tag you in
Yes,
the
that's so
post.
great.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I love that.
Love
well,
it.
Thank you so much. Anyone listening, you can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify. You can follow us on Apple. You can follow
All the
us
places.
on LinkedIn. But then also rate us. And we prefer 5 stars.
Only 5s.
Yes, 5 stars, please. So thank you for listening. This is Bite-Sized and Bossy at WIRL. We'll see you next week.
Bite-sized and bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out